What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to Towel or Town. It is episode number 36 of Park to Prem. And, we're starting on this screen because I wanted to look at Club Legends, but if you missed last episode, it was a huge game against Billericay in the FA Cup. Recommend you go check it out. Obviously, a competition we have struggled in, and, we're going to be continuing on with things today, of course. You can see it is the start of December. Kumwenda and myself, Club Legends. That feels good, doesn't it? If we just quickly load up my manager profile, you can see here we are still studying for our Continental A license, and we look like an okay manager now. Eventually we'll get some attributes into the yellow, and then we'll start to look really, really pro. But, no, things have been going, obviously, exceptionally, and today we have the biggest game in the club's history. I don't think that would be an overstatement to say. We're taking on Fleetwood Town, League One Fleetwood, and it's going to be the FA Cup second round. Of course, the winner going marching on into the third round, where you've got the big Premier League and Championship sides. That would be the dream to make it that far. It's going to be a tough road to get there. Anyway, before we get into that game, quick recap of what's happened since you were last here. We've played 4 games in the league, and we've been rotating the team quite heavily, simply because the fixture congestion has just been absolutely crazy. It's been a case of having 2 starting 11s kind of set up. So I have best 11 number 2 here, which is a heavily rotated team of sorts. And then I have a best 11 number 1, which is this team here, which, to be fair, has been performing pretty well as of late. Anyway, it's the FA Cup, so we can have a few extra players on the bench. So let's get some men on here. I'm going to put on Mr. International as well, I think. But anyway, let's talk about these games before we get too carried away with planning about the FA Cup, because I need to just quickly evaluate everything. So we started off with a game against Stalybridge Celtic in this run of 4 games. A 5-1 win, you can see here. Stephen with a P got us off to a flyer. Gary Burke then with a brace, and Akeem Rose with 2 as well. Great to see Akeem getting on the score sheet because he has been a little bit hit and miss this year. Maybe a confidence builder there. We then took on, I think this is Geesley. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know for certain. We won 1-0 though. It was Zach Gannon, the centre-back. He scored, of course, last episode in the second game against Billericay. He scored again here on the volley. Lovely little finish. A great little win. And off the back of that, we got another win by a slender margin. A 2-1 win over Southport. Playing our rotated 11. Gary Burke, the young Irish forward with 2 goals to his name, came in the first 10 minutes. Off the back of those, we took our foot off the pedal a little bit. You know, we relaxed and, they got a goal back, but we held firm in the end. Really good, though, to see Gary Burke getting some goals. It's been a little unusual. We've not really had one standout goal scorer. We're relying on a few different players, but particularly in this recent run, he has been the real game changer for us. Anyway, most recently we took on Telford United, a 2-0 win here. You can see Callum Jones and Mampala with the goals. Of course, Jones is currently averaging a goal every other league game this year. He's continuing that run, and Mampala getting a goal as well in this game was great. Also nice to get a clean sheet. It's only our second one in the month of November from 7 different games. So by our own standards, that's a little bit below average. But Mampala continuing to do great things, and 5 goals for him in 7 league games, and also 3 assists. Still want to offer him a new contract. He's only just signed his current deal. However, the situation, it could change in the future. So maybe that will be solved sooner rather than later. Anyway, a quick look at how the league table looks. We are in fine form. I think we're unbeaten in something like our last 21 or 22 games in all competitions. We currently sit, as you can see here, 8 points clear of Curzon Ashton. Gateshead do have a game in hand on Curzon, which if they were to win, would see them close the gap to 6 points on us. Really interesting to see, obviously, ourselves and Gateshead, 2 teams who were promoted last year, going as strong as we are this year. That leads me to believe that we were very good last year, obviously. But I don't know, the fact that we're both looking at possible back-to-back promotions makes me really appreciate that actually last year where we did struggle against Gateshead, that wasn't because we were necessarily underperforming. It was because Gateshead are a really, really good team, and just how well they've adapted to this league, I think, is, further signs of that. So I mentioned the fact we've not really had any standout goal scorers. I mean, you can see here, it's kind of an unusual sight to be top of the league as comfortably as we are, but then not have any players anywhere to be seen on any of the kind of player stats. If we just look at, for example, goal scorers, it's a long way down. No, it's not a long way down, but it's a little way down. You have to go. Callum Jones with 9 goals. Leighton Stewart Obviously, 8 goals to his name. He's out for the rest of the year, but that gives you an idea of just how big of a miss he has been. It really has been a bit of a saving grace that we got Mampala in when we did. In terms of assists, do we have anyone at the immediate kind of bit here? We don't. You know, they've been pretty well-rounded, our assists in our squad. You can see here, everyone getting in on the action. Lewis Warrington, the leader, but only with 6 in all competitions and 5 in 18 in the league, is hardly kind of the craziest stats in the world. He actually got a few really early on in the year, and I think he slowed down as of late. Maybe today's the day he can keep things going. And just across the board, you can see here, obviously, Callum Jones is our top goal scorer, the box-to-box midfielder, but then behind him, Kumwenda, Stewart, Mampala, all with 8 goals to their name, Gary Burke with 7 goals, even Lindsay and Rose you can see here with 4 apiece. It's just been a collective team effort. We're not relying on too many individuals. I will say that since Mampala has come in, he does feel a little bit like a focal point in our team. But just in general, we're in a really good spot. And going into this game against Fleetwood, we have pretty much our strongest possible 11, with the exception of Stewart, available for selection. So with that in mind, I'm going to quickly shuffle around our bench because for some reason I'm obsessive about having it in order of position. I'm curious to know, is that just me, or is that a perfectly normal thing? Answers on a postcard. I need them all in order of the positions they play in. But I don't know if that's just me being a little bit odd. You can see in terms of recent form, Ryan Barr has not played well lately, to the point where I'm contemplating dropping him. I'm thinking like Burke. Would that be a punt to bring Burke in to play as the inverted winger? He only has 5 crossing. He's not a very good inverted winger, but he's been in just such good form for us, the striker. I guess the other option would be a player like Akeem Rose, who is definitely more suited to playing as an inverted winger. You know what? I'm going to give Akeem a chance today. I guess the other option is to give Stephen with a P the chance. He's actually not done that bad in league games. Do I want to give him... you know what? Stephen with a P. I feel like I need to make that his nickname. Or Steve with a P. It should be, not Stephen. That was the original joke, was the fact that I wanted to make his name Steve, even though his name's Stephen with a P. Let's just move on. Is it Stefan? No, Stefan spelt with F's. I don't know. Just send help. It's Stephen with a P now. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what is said for the rest of days. It's Stephen with a P. It could be completely incorrect, but it's the name we've bestowed upon him, and he has to deal with it. Anyway, right, looking at the rest of our team here, we've got a good selection of players. Is this the starting 11 I'm happy with? I think it has to be. It's a tall order today. We're taking on a League One team, and I know there's the argument to go, just play conservative, play to hit them on the counter. That's just not how I roll. I want us to play on the front foot. I want us to take the game to them. They are going to be underestimating us. This is a team in Fleetwood who are struggling in League One. They only scraped by 1-0 in the first round where they were taking on a team in just the league above us. So there's a chance today. Let's just play up to the occasion, shall we? I'm hoping that at the back we can stay firm. And then all it takes is Mampala or Kumwenda to get one chance, and you'd back them to take it. You would just back them to take it. Let's just get into this. I'm nervous. I'm excited. We're having all the shots early on, although cue them to now have a set piece. Can we deal with it? No, but fortunately for us, Holgate has headed it over. Let's just do a little shouty, demand more. But if we can take them to a replay, that's a very good result here, folks. That I would be happy with that. Looking at it, we're having significantly more shots, and possession is 50-50. After half an hour, we're in this, and that's all I can really ask for. When you're taking on a team that play 4 tiers above you, you don't want to lose via a mistake, and you don't want to be turtling and being pummeled for the entire game. And well, Kumwenda threaded through. Can he get the ball across? He can. Mampala's there, and he scores. Half an hour gone. We deserve that. We've been brave in this game. Our half chance has come our way. Kumwenda with a superb little ball in, and the club captain, he's been here for the last 4 years. Turning provider here, had only one player in the box to pick out. You can see they've got so many men back there. What a ball that is. And Mampala, just a little delicate cushioned header. We find ourselves a goal ahead though. Obviously 10 minutes to half time now. We need to keep things firm here at the back. Although if we could hit them on the break again, deja vu maybe. Kumwenda using his pace. No one really in support. He shoots, I think, there. That was a half-decent opportunity. The angle was always against him. I wasn't exactly expecting him to score as he kind of developed that attack. But good to see Kumwende just getting in behind with his pace. At half-time, we are 1-0 up against League One Fleetwood. Chapman, 61% condition. I could bring in Mr. International to play left-back. He can naturally play there. He's left-footed. You know what? I think I have to do it. I don't want to risk Chapman aggravating his injury anymore. And Mr. International, he's got experience at League One level. It's Joe Hans, who was the hero of last episode. The first time he's really been called into action here. What a lovely stop that is by him to hold on to that header. And we might need a few more saves from him before this game's over. Although Lindsay, left-hand side, dinks it across. Kumwende, Warrington, Kumwende shoots over. He would have been offside. It wouldn't have counted. But a half opportunity, certainly. Now another set piece for us to deal with here. Morris whips it in. Headed away as far as Holgate. Finch mercilessly just smashes it in from in the 18-yard box. A crowded box. I can't blame Joe Hans too much there. Morris just whips the ball in. Headed away by Gannon. Holgate lays it off and it's unfortunate. Fleetwood back in this game. We have not lasted long into this second half. I'm going to get a demand more shout from the players. I want us to just switch back on here. Although Fleetwood in this second half are having a few opportunities. They've got another here. Ball back post. Cleared away. Can we launch that counter? Kumwende turns his man. Mampala is in the centre. Can he pick him out? He can pick him out. And Mampala scores. Deja vu. Another ball in from the right channel from Kumwende. And he picks out his man. And Mampala, he's just being clinical so far this game. It's his 10th goal of the season. I mean, give him a new contract. As soon as we can, I'm going to try and lock him into a long-term deal. Mampala has been incredible for us since he's joined us. And he's putting on another clinic so far in this game. If we could get another goal, that would help me relax. Mampala, could he turn provider? Lays it to Lindsay. Kumwende's the only man in the box. Is he there? He isn't. It falls to Mr. International, who lays it off to Jones, who hits it. Callum Jones, double figures for the season. What an effort that is. 3-1 up. Let's go, boys. Callum Jones just bends that into the bottom corner, and Mr. International, on off the bench, returning. He's had his redemption arc here at Towlaw, having left for Salford last year. And that's just a great effort into the bottom corner. I'm going to make some changes here. Warrington's on a booking. I'm going to bring in Boxall. I'm also going to take off Lindsay for DKM. DKM is just a really athletic, fast player. Lots of energy about him. As Fleetwood look to hit us on the attack, I feel like he's the kind of man who can get in behind on the left-hand side. But we've got a 2-goal cushion now. And with 10 minutes left, we just need to, be sensible now. Nothing silly. Don't give away a penalty. Don't surrender possession in bad areas. If we could get a fourth, we will truly party into the night. Stephen with a P. Crosses it to Jones. Mr. International now. Look at him. Skips past his man. Lays it back inside to Jones. They're having their own little game. Kumwende's there. It's 4-1. I don't know what to tell you. What a performance this has been. The schoolboy. 2 assists and a goal to his name. He could not have dreamed of beating a League One side 4-1. We're dreaming all about it now, folks. We're going into the FA Cup third round, and I'm going to level with you. It's not even been close. We have absolutely annihilated Fleetwood in this game. What a performance this has been. And now we just sit and hope for a massive draw. We want a Premier League or a Championship club. The kind of fixture that's just going to help our finances in a way that can't quite be described. That will enable us to get our facilities upgraded, maybe expand the youth facilities, invest in the squad if we need to, although at this point it doesn't feel like we do. As Dunstan brings it forward down this right side, I mean, we want 5. We want 5. Can we get 5? Lumped clear by them. I mean, now they're probably going to score. I've got Greedy wanting 5. I mean, that's not an effort on goal, is it? It's 4-1. That is game, set and match. I could not have dreamed of a better performance. That made the game against Billericay seem like an impossible match. We cruise in this game. We win in the FA Cup second round. I'm curious, were Fleetwood playing like a second string team, like Finch here? Looks like they might have been playing a bit of a rotated team, but let's not take it away from us. That, whatever way you look at it, that is a huge, huge win. Meanwhile, you can see here in the National League North, because not many teams in our league are still in the FA Cup, various other teams playing games that they have. So Gateshead have closed the gap on us. Curzon, Ashton didn't play from the looks of things. Did Spennymoor play? I don't think they did either. You can see Gateshead now, the team hot on our heels. 6 points behind us. An incredible win. We receive £6.2 thousand. Not 6.2, £62,000. Kumwenda gets man of the match. That makes me happier than anything. To see this man, and I say man, he joined us a boy. He's now with us a man. He joined age 16. An incredible, incredible performance. And we're into the FA Cup third round. And I think the draw happens today. And I want a big Premier League team. I want a huge Premier League team. You can see 70 teams go into the hat. Teams as varied as Chelsea, Liverpool, Town and Ashton United. So Ashton, who are also in our league, are also in this round. So that's cool to see. Maybe we get drawn against them and we have a shot at the fourth round. I know there's lots to go through here, but I am just going to put it on automatic draw and enjoy the suspense. It looks like actually Ashton have got to play Ipswich in a replay. So we are probably the lowest team guaranteed a spot in this round. I want one of the big boys, preferably away from home. I think that would get us more money because of the way gate receipts are split. Ashton could have just gotten Arsenal. That's unfortunate for us, isn't it? Oh, who would I want? I mean, Liverpool or Manchester City would be ideal. I wouldn't mind United. Part of me wants to be away from home. There's another part of me that thinks, let's just play someone at home. Here we are. Who are we getting? Charlton. Oh, I mean, it's fine. How good are Charlton right now? Let's have a look. They're 21st in the Championship. Their key player is Junior Lawal, who has 19 to 20 finishing, and he's 18. What the hell? He must be unreal. He's a Charlton born and bred. He's not scored in 15 games, though. And he has up between 19 and 20 finishing. I mean, he's going to be a scary prospect to play against. It's not the massive, massive team I was hoping and dreaming about. But it is a big game. It's going to be in a month's time. And it's going to be a big, big payday for our club. I mean, it's already been a big payday. Our overall balance now is pretty much where it was at the start of the year. We have not made a loss. What do we get for losing in the third round of the FA Cup? Only £7,000. If we could somehow get a win, £155,000. I mean, that is just money that I can't even quite comprehend as a number. Nevertheless, what an incredible result that is. Looking at it, there are a few teams from the Vanarama National League still in it. Geesley are still in it as well in our league. South Shields are in it. They've got Reading. So actually, there are a few teams in our division who are still in this competition. Charlton, though, I don't know how to feel about that. On the one hand, incredible. We've got a Championship club. You know, it's better than getting knocked out by like a League 2 club or something. On the other hand, you always dream of having a much bigger tie. No disrespect to Charlton, but the Kirbishley days are over. Anyway, we will think ahead to that game. It's a little way away. It's going to be an exciting one, though. I think our game against Basford has been rearranged around it, which is why it was showing twice on the fixture screen. Indeed, it is. So the 6th of January is when we're going to be back. We have also got the FA Trophy, but that's a small fry thing I'm not so concerned about. Eye is on the prize. Charlton next time, FA Cup third round. What an incredible run this has been. What an incredible result away from home against Fleetwood. Hopefully we can keep it going that little bit further. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys tomorrow. I know I'm going to see you for it, because if you've got to this point, you're clearly invested. What a fixture we have. I'll see you then.